Hello everyone, welcome back. So today I was thinking to make a video about something called time. I know we live in a time when there's no more time, so this is a bit funny, but what I wanted to touch on today is a bit different. It's touch on time as content and time as a time period, and what do I mean by that? Well, I want to point out the difference between past, present and future. So this is a hologram. Everything inside here are projections. We are mind. We are faces of source connected to the planetary grid, and we express ourselves through thoughts, and this what we see around us are thoughts made manifest at a particular level of energy, at a particular level of awareness. So the difference between past, present and future is the level of energy that we experience at that particular time of, like, when we are consciously focused on that. So my mind is focused right now, what do I experience right now, what I feel like right now. This is the level of energy, the awareness, the totality of ideas and concepts available now. So this is what I understand as my time now. In the past, there were different type of things, different ideas, type of awareness, which dictated different lifestyle and what was possible and what was not, and all sorts of things, good, bad, whatever. So that is the actual difference between past, present, and future. Since the last big hit, and not just that, but since the fall, so to speak, the work here was to actually re-energize the whole thing. So Faces of Source came here, well, incarnate, although this was not necessarily in the beginning like what we understand now, what it means to incarnate or something like that, which is having a man and a woman generating a vehicle for a face of source to express itself in the hologram. So this was not necessary originally. We could do that by ourselves, but that's another story. Anyway, so since the last hit, so to speak, when like huge fragmentation took place, this is loss of memory, loss of awareness, loss of a lot of things, understanding, has been this process of like building up the energy so we can remember who we are and what we are, and move further with the evolution, with what we're supposed to be, with the natural expansion of things. So it has been a long road, so to speak, to to bring energy and awareness in here. So we live very interesting times right now, and that's why I mean, there are people that, like, I don't know, 300 years ago wouldn't even imagine. It's like, let's talk about computers. That would have been like something so abstract. So because you have the energy that you have at that particular time does not allow you to access concepts that are actually part of a higher awareness, higher energy, where more complex thoughts and patterns form, and then those things crystallize into ideas and concepts that make sense at a higher level, but at a lower level of energy, that is just something that it's like you can't even like grasp. You understand? You don't have any image of it because you have not built enough of those things in your mind. There's like an awareness to have that understanding. It's like the difference between somebody from 300 years ago, and I'm not talking about those particular individuals that came here to do special work and bring higher energy and higher awareness. That's a tough job in itself. But I'm talking about like a normal individual that comes with a certain type of code, certain amount of quantum energy, source energy inside him. I mean, to express in here, So the level of, like, I don't know, somebody from 300 years ago and somebody from now, it's like, yes, we could be like gods for those people. So yeah. Or like, imagine a computer from, let's say, 1984 with a computer from 2017, and what that computer could do back then and what it does now. The processor, the memory, the graphic card, all these components that enhance the experience. And or like, let's say, a normal phone and a smartphone, what it does. So that's the difference. And all is actually what it allows for those things to become bigger and better, so to speak, is the level of energy. Because with more energy we can create more, we have more space, like, to expand, to crystallize new ideas, new concepts. So yes, that's why it's still hard for most people to imagine how a future world would look like. And I'm talking about what we understand from the films and whatever, but also the awareness. Because for me, it always has been disappointing to see a lot of these films, sci-fi, which is my favorite genre, so to speak, is because was disappointing because the level of awareness of people didn't match the technology. So that's why I was saying that past might be something that might look like the future, but it's also connected with the level of energy and awareness in people. Because yes, you can advance yourself technologically, you can enhance a lot of things, but if the level of awareness does not expand also, then you have all sorts of problems. So most of the portrayal of what we understand of, like, other civilization and other things come also from this understanding and the level of awareness that is limited. And there are other civilizations that have different level of awareness, so they exist in different ways that may seem abstract, and we can't even actually, well, most people can't even grasp how it would be like to be one of those and live in one of those societies, because the shift has to happen in here. And that's why it's so important to grow the energy, so we can experience other things than just this, which is very, very limited. Yeah, I'm not sure if this made sense, this little thing today, but I think it gave you a little bit of an idea what to understand the difference between past, present, and future. It's going to be excited from now on. Like, I can't wait. Anyways, see you next time. Ciao. But coming to full power, and that's very different. And coming into full power is not anymore, oh, I'm